Welcome to the lullaby. Let's begin with today's story. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Let your body settle where it is. Let your mind begin to quiet. Tonight you're visiting a place that holds decades of stories. An old wooden pier stretching into the sea. A pier that's seen generations come and go. That's stood through storms and calm. That remembers everything. You're standing at the entrance to this pier. Late afternoon. The sun is lowering toward the horizon, painting everything in warm amber and gold. The pier extends before you. Long, weathered, beautiful in its age. Its wooden planks worn smooth by countless footsteps. By years of sun and salt and wind. The pier is old. You can see it in the silvered wood. In the way the posts lean slightly. Not enough to be unsafe. Just enough to show character. To show history. This pier has been here longer than most buildings in the town. Longer than the shops on the waterfront. Longer than the memories of anyone living. It's part of the landscape. Part of the sea itself. You step onto the first plank. It creaks slightly under your weight. A sound the pier has been making for generations. A welcoming sound. A sound that says you're part of its story now. Even if just for this evening. The wood is warm beneath your feet. Still holding the heat of the day's sun. Walk slowly down the pier. There's no hurry. The pier isn't going anywhere. It's been here this long. It will be here long after you leave. That's what makes it special. Its permanence. Its patient endurance. The planks are uneven in places. Some slightly higher than others. Worn by weather and time. You adjust your steps naturally. Not thinking about it. Just walking. The pier knows how to hold you. How to support each step. It's done this for thousands of people. Millions of footsteps. Each one adding to its story. On either side of you. Metal railings. Painted white once. Now showing patches of rust and bare metal. Where paint has flaked away. Where the ocean has claimed it back. The railings are sturdy though. Solid. You could lean your weight against them without worry. And people do. Have done. For decades. Look down through the gaps between planks. You can see water moving beneath. Dark green water. Rippled by the current. Shafts of sunlight penetrating. Creating patterns of light and shadow. Moving. Always moving. The tide flows under this pier twice a day. Every day. For as long as the pier has stood. The water shapes the posts. Smooths them. Makes them part of the sea. You're 20 feet out now. The shore behind you. Still close. But the feeling is changing. You're suspended between land and sea. Between the solid earth and the liquid ocean. The pier offers this. This in-between space. This liminal zone where you're neither fully on shore nor fully at sea. Just floating above the water. Held by wood and nails and time. Halfway down the pier now. The waterfront buildings look smaller. Quieter. The sounds of the town are fading. What you hear now is the pier itself. The creak of wood. The gentle slap of water against posts. The distant cry of gulls. The whisper of wind through the railings. These are the pier's sounds. Its voice. Speaking in the language of weather and age. There's a bench here. On the left side. Facing out to sea. An old bench. Wooden slats. Metal frame. Weathered like everything else. Someone placed this bench here long ago. Maybe the town. Maybe an individual who loved this spot. The bench has a small brass plate. Tarnished green now. You can barely read the inscription. In memory of ... The rest has worn away. But the sentiment remains. Someone loved this pier enough to leave their mark. To create a place for others to sit and remember. You sit on the bench. The wood is warm, smooth, worn by countless people who sat here before you. Looking out at the same view. The same sea. Different days. Different weather. But always the ocean. Always the horizon. Always this feeling of peace that comes from being above water. From being held by something older than yourself. The view from here is expansive. The ocean stretches to the horizon. Vast. Endless. That line where water meets sky. Sometimes clear. Sometimes blurred. Right now it's distinct. A perfect separation. Sky above. Sea below. And you here. In between. Witnessing. The sun is lower now. The gold is deepening. Becoming orange. Becoming that specific color that only happens in late afternoon. When the light has traveled through more atmosphere. When it's softer. Warmer. The ocean is catching this light. Reflecting it. The surface is scattered with golden diamonds. Thousands of them. Moving. Appearing and disappearing as waves catch the sun. A small boat passes in the distance. Moving slowly across your view. Left to right. A fishing boat maybe. Or someone just out for an evening cruise. The boat is small from this distance. Almost toy-like. But you can see its wake. The white line of disturbed water trailing behind. Eventually that wake will reach the pier. Will lap against the posts below you. The boat will have moved on. But its effect will linger. Will ripple outward. Will touch this pier where you sit. There are marks on the railing near you. Initials carved into the metal. JM plus TB 1987 inches. Sarah was here. Class of 95, people leaving traces. Marking their presence. Saying they were here. They existed. They sat on this pier and looked at this ocean and felt this peace. And they wanted to remember. Or be remembered. These marks are everywhere if you look. On posts. On planks. On the bench itself. A history written in small gestures. In carved letters. In faded ink. In the countless ways people try to hold onto moments. The pier remembers them all. Even the marks that have worn away. Even the names that can't be read anymore. The pier holds these memories in its wood. In its structure. Every footstep. Every laugh. Every quiet moment of watching the sea. All of it is here. Part of the pier now. Part of its accumulated history. You stand from the bench. Continue walking toward the end of the pier. Each step takes you further from shore. Further over the water. The sound is different out here. More oceanic. Less influenced by land. Just the pure sound of sea and wind in pier. The wooden creaking. The water moving. The metal railings singing slightly in the breeze. A peaceful symphony. An old song the pier knows by heart. The end of the pier approaches. You can see where the planks stop. Where the railings curve around. Creating a platform. A destination. This is where the pier leads. To this point suspended above the water. This place of arrival. You reach the end and turn around. Looking back toward shore. The pier extends behind you now. leading back to land, back to the town. The waterfront buildings are small from here. The people on shore are barely visible. You're separate from all that now. Out here with just the pier and the ocean. In your own world. Peaceful. Quiet. Held. Turn back to face the sea. The sun is touching the horizon now. That moment when day begins its descent into evening. When the light starts to change. To soften further. The gold is shifting to deep amber. To orange. To the first hints of red and pink. The sky is preparing for sunset. The ocean knows this. Is settling into evening mode. The waves are gentler now. The wind calmer. Everything preparing for night. There's a ladder here at the pier's end. Leading down to the water. Metal rungs. Rusty. Covered in barnacles below the waterline. Some piers have these ladders. For swimmers. For boat access. For emergencies. This ladder has seen use. Has been climbed countless times. Has helped people reach the water and return safely to the pier. Now it just rests. Waiting. Doing its job of connecting pier to sea. You look down into the water. It's deeper here than near shore. Darker. The green is almost black in the shadows under the pier. But where the sunlight hits, you can see down several feet. Can see fish moving in schools. Small silver fish. Darting together. Moving as one. Turning. Flashing their sides in the light. Then turning again. Disappearing into shadow. Then reappearing. The ocean is alive here. Full of movement. Full of life. The posts of the pier are thick with sea life below the waterline. Barnacles covering every surface. Mussels clustered. Small crabs clinging. Seaweed swaying with the current. This is an ecosystem. The pier provides structure. Solid surface in a liquid world. And the ocean life takes advantage. Creates homes. Finds food. Lives its life using the pier as foundation. The pier and the ocean in partnership. Each supporting the other. Sit down now. At the very end of the pier. Let your legs dangle over the edge. Or tuck them beneath you if that's more comfortable. Rest your hands on the warm wood. Feel the solidity of the pier beneath you. Supporting you. Holding you above the water. The pier is doing what it's always done. What it's been doing for generations. Offering a place. A platform. A moment of peace suspended between elements. The sunset is progressing. The sun is halfway down now. The sky is magnificent. Bands of color. Orange near the sun. Pink above that. Pale purple higher still. And at the very top. The blue of day is still present. Not ready to leave yet. Holding on. But slowly fading. The transition from day to night is gradual. Gentle. The sky knows how to let go. How to shift from one state to another without resistance. The ocean is reflecting all of this. The surface has become a mirror. Water and sky blending. Becoming one. Where the sun touches the water. There's a path of gold. A road of light leading from the horizon directly to the pier. Directly to you. As if the sun is pointing. Saying, look. See this. This moment. This beauty. This peace. A pelican flies past. Gliding low over the water. Wings not moving. just riding the air currents. The pelican knows this pier, has flown past it thousands of times, is part of the pier's daily rhythm. The pelican doesn't look at you, isn't concerned with your presence, just continues its patrol, searching for fish, living its pelican life. You're just another temporary visitor to the pelican, just like all the others who've sat here before. The light is fading faster now. That's how sunsets work. Slow descent, then sudden. The sun slips below the horizon, leaving its colors behind, staining the sky. The ocean darkens. The gold fades to darker orange, to amber, to the first hints of twilight blue. The day is releasing its hold. Evening is arriving. The pier changes in this light, becomes softer, more mysterious. The weathered wood takes on a gentle glow. The shadows deepen. The sounds become more pronounced. You notice the creak of the pier more, the lap of water against posts, the distant sound of a buoy bell, ringing with the motion of waves. All the evening sounds of the pier announcing themselves. Lights are coming on in town. You can see them in the buildings along the waterfront. Yellow windows appearing, one by one. The town is transitioning too, moving from day into evening, from work into rest, from activity into quiet. The pier watches all of this, has watched it happen every evening for decades, knows the rhythm, is part of it. A few people remain on the pier. Further back toward shore, you can see their silhouettes. Someone fishing, someone standing at the railing, just watching like you. Everyone here is seeking the same thing: peace, space, a moment away from the rush of daily life. The pier offers this, has always offered this, will continue to offer this long after tonight. The water is darker now, the waves harder to see, but you can hear them, can feel them. The pier moves slightly with the swells. Not much, just a gentle rocking, almost imperceptible, but if you pay attention, if you're still, you can feel it. The pier breathing with the ocean, rising and falling ever so slightly, alive in its own way, connected to the tides, to the moon, to the ancient rhythms of the sea. Stars are beginning to appear. First one, then a few more, the brightest ones visible even before full dark. Soon the sky will be filled with them. The pier has seen countless stars, has stood beneath every constellation, has watched the moon in all its phases, the celestial and the earthly meeting here, at this point of wood and water, at this place of memory and peace. Think about all the people who've stood where you're sitting, stood and looked at this same ocean. Different years, different circumstances, different lives, but the same view, the same peace, the same feeling of being held by something larger, something permanent, something that offers perspective on the temporary nature of our concerns. A young couple who came here on their first date, nervous and excited, holding hands on this pier, looking at the sunset together. building a memory they'd carry for years. An old fisherman who spent decades casting his line from this pier. Who knew every plank, every good fishing spot. Who became part of the pier's character, part of its story. Who's gone now but whose presence lingers. In the worn spots where he stood. In the pier's memory. A child who ran down this pier every summer. Racing to the end. Fearless and free. Growing up with the pier as backdrop. Learning to swim from that ladder. Carving initials when they were older. Bringing their own children here eventually. The cycle continuing. The pier holds all of these stories. All of these moments. It doesn't judge. Doesn't favor one over another. Just holds them. Accumulates them. Becomes richer with each footstep. Each laugh. Each quiet moment of contemplation. And now you're part of this. Your presence here tonight is adding to the pier's collection. Your footsteps on these planks. Your time sitting at the end. Your witnessing of this sunset. All of it becoming part of the pier's memory. Part of its ongoing story. The sky is deeper now. That rich blue of early evening. The last light of day creating a soft glow on the horizon. Soon it will be fully dark. But not yet. This transition time. This in-between. This is when the pier feels most peaceful. Most itself. When the day people have left and the night people haven't yet arrived. When there's just the pier and the sea and the sky. And you. Here. Now. Your breathing has slowed without you noticing. Matching the gentle rhythm of the waves. In and out. Rising and falling. Like the tide. Like the pier's gentle sway. Like the eternal pattern of the ocean. Your body knows how to sync with this. How to find the rhythm. How to let go and just be. The temperature is perfect now. That brief window when the day's warmth is fading but the night's chill hasn't yet arrived. Just this neutral, comfortable temperature. The air is still. The breeze has calmed. Everything settling. Everything finding its evening balance. You can stay here as long as you want. The pier welcomes you. Is in no hurry for you to leave. Has held countless people through countless evenings. Will hold you now. For as long as you need. No judgment. No expectations. Just presence. Just solid wooden support suspended above the moving sea. But eventually you know you'll rise. You'll walk back down the pier toward shore. Your footsteps retracing the path you walked earlier. The pier will remember those steps too. Will add them to its collection. Will hold the memory of your visit. As you walk back, the pier seems to whisper. Not in words. In feelings. In the creak of its wood. In the sway of its structure. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for sitting. For watching. For being part of this evening. Come back anytime. The pier will be here. Patient. Enduring. Holding its memories. Holding space for new ones. You reach the shore. Step off the pier onto solid land. Turn back for one more look. The pier extends out into the darkening water. Its lights coming on now. Small lights along the railings, casting gentle illumination, making it safe for those few who'll walk it tonight. The pier glowing, beautiful, ancient, alive with memories. You carry those memories with you now. The feeling of sitting above water, the sight of the sunset, the sound of the ocean against the posts, the sense of peace, of connection to something larger, something permanent, something that has witnessed so much and continues to stand. Patient, welcoming, always there. You return to your own space, your own place of rest. But you take the pier's peace with you. Its patience, its endurance, its gentle reminder that some things last. Some things hold steady while everything else changes. Some things just are, just stand, just offer themselves, just hold space for whoever needs it. You settle into your bed, your body finding its comfortable position, your mind carrying the images of the pier, the sunset, the ocean, the feeling of being held, of being witnessed, of being part of something's ongoing story. The pier is still there, out over the water, holding its memories, adding tonight to its collection. Standing, enduring, patient, welcoming the tide as it always has. Watching the sky as night fully arrives. Being what it's always been. A place, a platform, a holder of stories. A quiet witness to the beauty of the world meeting water meeting sky. And you, here, now, resting, carried by these memories, by this peace, by the gentle rhythm of the ocean that the pier knows so well. That it's shared with you. That you can return to any time you need. Just by remembering, just by closing your eyes, just by returning in your mind to that old wooden pier stretching into the sea. Sleep comes like evening, gradually, gently, naturally, the way the pier knew it would, the way the ocean knows it always does. Inevitable. Peaceful, complete, rest now, deep rest, the rest of the pier, the rest of the ocean, the rest of all things that have stood for ages and will stand for ages more. Sleep, deep sleep, held by memories, held by the sea, sleep,